Okay, let's try that again. Now, are we recording? Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to drive across my neighborhood. I am going to go test ride the single most popular piece of transportation equipment in the world, and it's made by the same corporation that makes the mighty Tuono. Let's go get to it. What do you do it? Let's say. So as I said, we're just going to take this quick jaunt because it's going to be fun to do a contrast here. Hope this vocal is not too loud, but we're going across my neighborhood. A lady is moving, and I've volunteered to help her out. And she has two little two-wheeled devices. And I said I would help her out because, after all, I am a two-wheel guy. And I'm not going to give away the surprise, but I will tell you this. These two-wheel devices are probably the singular most popular form or mode of transportation in the world, if not the exact make, at least the type of machine that they is. And they are made by the same corporation that makes Tony Thunder. So there's a connection there. There's a definite connection, and I will tell you more once we're there. So hang on for a few moments, and we'll be there. I'll show you all about it. So this is really fun for me.
Oh, there's a GoPro on this.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the part of the reasons. This machine and that machine are made by the same corporation. Vespa, Italian, Piaggio Corporation owns Aprilia. And they do Aprilia and a couple of other things too. The Aprilia is a small produced motorcycle in northern Italy. Vespa is made around the world. That is the most singular popular mode, not necessarily the brand, but the mode of transportation in the world. Yes. If you go to how many countries have you been to where the people are riding scooters?
Oh, yeah.
All the time. So if you go to any country, even downtown San Diego, they're riding scooters. So
that normal braking, you have left and right turn if you want it, and then you push it in to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
You have the horn on the left, and nothing. The only thing odd is when you put on it to stand. So I'm hitting my kill switch. And it's not, yours has two kickstands, but don't use the normal one. So this is what you use this, I don't know what it's called, but you just kind of rock it on.
Okay.
It's an odd.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But when we get there, I can just get off first and do yours for you if you want.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to learn how to, I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to have to learn how to do this all together. So, I was going to ask something about... You don't have a helmet?
I do. Okay.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah, because you're not going out there without a helmet.
No.
Not on my watch.
No. I have a nice helmet.
Okay, so you're going to do that.
So let's just go make sure all the doors are...
So this is our ride today. Marcella, what year is this?
Oh gosh, it's about 15 years old.
15 years old. Well, they don't change a lot over the years. They are very, very similar. It may be carbureted as opposed to fuel injected, but they're very, very similar. Disc brakes in the front, and it has a little thing to stow your shopping when you get where you're going. That's kind of cool. And you step up on this thing and it comes off of that. Marcella's going to have to show me, that big macho guy that I am. and you turn the key on, motor starts, and you just twist the throttle. There's no choosing gears or anything like that. You just go.
Yeah.
Just go. And I get to follow this beautiful young lady as we go over there. So I'm going to shut down for a second here.
Right is front.
Right is front. Okay, left is rear. Let's start it up. Okay, I'm not starting it up. Not starting it up. How do I start it? Help me.
Kill switch to the right, to the left. It's not illuminated. And then you put your hands on the brake.
Yeah.
Or the left brake at least. And there's your kill switch, pop to the right. Maybe your key isn't all the way over. All the way to the right.
Seems like it. So, and that is the horn, ladies and gentlemen.
So watch me do this. It's just so weird. You could get a hernia if you're not thinking about it, but I'm not.
Gotcha.
So this goes all the way to the right. Now your hand on the brake, and then there you go.
Oh my goodness, Marcella, you're a genius.
And they say that your feet want to be a little bit forward.
Uh-huh.
Here. It
Uh-huh.
doesn't really matter too much. It's got a grip on it.
Okay.
You know, it's going to feel easier than what you're used to.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Let me take a little selfie.
I'm a little overdressed for the Vespa.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm going to go baby steps at first. So you lead on. I'm going.
I'll go slow and
Okay.
sometimes people forget to turn off their signal light and you just push it in to do that. But you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's same on the bike. Okay. Love this downhill part here for your first foray out on a motor scooter. And we're moving, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, what did I notice at first? I noticed at first that I did not have my feet on the running board. And Marcella wants to talk.
Adjust your mirrors, Richard.
Oh, thanks for asking, but I'm good here, I think, on the mirrors. So your feet sit up high, so she's leading on, and she's very used to it. When I first get on it, I feel like the handlebars are very close together, and it's hard for me not to reach for a clutch pedal when I come up here. And you got to grab a pretty big hands full of throttle to get it going, where of course with the Aprilia you just sort of take a 1/4 inch. But it feels stable as houses. Like I say, this short handlebar is a little bit to get used to, but it certainly feels stable. I can feel that single cylinder thumping away. I assume it's a single cylinder because it feels pretty vibey to me. And we've got analog gauges here. I think I've got a turn signal on. I have to cancel it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, figured out that. I'm learning little by little here. So what do I think about this? I think that scooters are kind of neat. I mean, you're perched up. It's a very comfortable riding position. The seat is ultra plush. This is an older Piaggio. I'm sure they've made advances since then in terms of sophistication and power and the ergonomics, but it'd be hard to fault this. I think that anybody that has ridden a motorcycle could get on this. Now, the opposite may not be true. In other words, if you've ridden a motorcycle, you may be used to certain things that you're not going to get on a Vespa.
What do you think?
I'm just giving a narration here, and there's things, it's very easy. At first I had my feet all the way back. So I've got to remember to keep my feet forward from where they would normally be and tucked away. And when I'm tucked into the envelope of the Vespa fairing, it's a pretty quiet ride, except that I am getting some wind buffeting. Now look ahead, I see poor Marcella has made the mistake that many of us do make, and she's left her signal on, but, you know, hey, that's just kind of what happens. But, so if you're coming from a motorcycle to this, we're going to be looking for A, things that aren't there, and B, sort of performance levels and maneuverability that's vastly different to what you get on a motorcycle. So what do I mean by vastly different? Well, what's vastly different is that, watch, I'm going to crank the throttle wide open. And it just sort of says, okay, let's meander along. Now that was wide open throttle, a little bit of uphill there, but wide open throttle. So you don't get tonal levels of acceleration. Therefore, if you're planning on passing or moving ahead of somebody or something like that, you've got to do a little bit of planning ahead. It just, the levels aren't there. Secondarily, as you're grabbing a hold of the brake, you're looking for a clutch with your foot. I don't know how much I can lean this over. But you're looking for a clutch with your foot, and there's no clutch. It's you drop the revs below a certain level, and the centrifugal clutch, I was going to say takes over, it untakes over, and it allows the bike to just sit there. Then, conversely, when you twist the throttle, the centrifugal clutch grabs and it propels you ahead. Now, propel is a strong word. I'm going to say it moves you ahead. Not a lot, but a little bit. So you do get moved ahead. So the other thing that's interesting is the stability. I would say that although the ride is plush and comfy, there's the other lady that we're going to meet up with. She's on an e-bike heading over. And it doesn't really feel, it's kind of interesting, doesn't feel all that stable to me. Now, I think these short handlebars could get really wobbly wonky. And I guess, you know, taking a 15-minute ride on it isn't going to be a true discussion or discovery of the capabilities. But, yeah, I would say the stability is, yeah, it's a little like you feel like you're perched up kind of high. Okay, we're turning left here. I think we're turning left. Marcella's got her turn signal on, and I've got my turn signal on. So it's very, very plush, very squeezy, soft ride. It's very leisure. You don't go anywhere fast, and you don't stop fast necessarily. But the other thing is these handlebars seem really short to me. They're like, eek. So I'm used to being out here another inch or so out there. But I could see why these are so used and so popular in around the world. You know, I've been to England and Italy, and people have these gaiters that they put over the front of the machine, and it provides wind and weather protection to them while they're commuting. And commute they do. They commute on cold days, rainy days, snowy days. I'm going to let Marcella get ahead of me here because she knows where she's going. I do not know where she's going. For that matter, I don't know where I'm going. turn off the turn. Oh, just in time to go. Well, those brakes do kind of grab you. So I've seen people riding these on cold, foggy, snowy days in Britain, and you get the feeling that they ride them every day. And I know they do pizza deliveries through town and everything like that. Oh, nope, we're going this way. Okay. Hello, phone. And here is our endpoint. We made it. Okay. Well, hold on just a sec.
Oh, unless, yeah, let me do that real quick.
Go ahead. Marcella's going to show us how you put it on the stand. She's a very strong lady, so no problem for her. And then I guess I step through instead of step over. And I push this thing down. And then you rock it. Ugh. I did it. Not as easy as it looks.
Lori got here quickly.
Lori almost beat us. So there is our Vespa ride, ladies and gentlemen, with the lovely Marcella and Lori. So that was our little scooter ride with Marcella. And, of course, Lori took one of the e-bikes over to her new digs. I am now the last person back in her driveway. And we'll fire up Tony Thunder and go back. Talk about two hugely different machines, but certainly built for completely different purposes. And I guess the point to make is that there are more people that get on a scooter every day. Perhaps city bus, perhaps a city bus might have more everyday usage, but it wouldn't be, it definitely would not be by much. It would not be by much. I think the world generally lives by scooter. And the other part of that paradox, of course, is if you have an Aprilia, you're not even riding your motorcycle out of necessity. You don't buy an Aprilia for I don't think too many people do. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there are not many people that buy an Aprilia Tuono as a everyday commuter, get me back and forth to work motorcycle. They are for fun, which job they fulfill quite admirably, as a matter of fact. Therefore, the, I don't know if you want to call it dichotomy between the two, a brand, now Vespa is an expensive scooter brand, so it is probably the luxury scooter brand nowadays, but comparing the two, the Aprilia Tuono and the Vespa, is quite a dichotomy between two-wheeled forms of transportation. So let's get on the old gal, not old gal, young gal, 2017, and fire her up. I really like my new chain cover there. Looks pretty sexy. Put the cover back on. That adds a little bit of protection. Some sound deadening, I suppose. Not a whole lot, but it's there. Let's put the camera where you can see a little bit of the road ahead. And we'll just mark the end of this day as being one of the more fun afternoons that I've been able to have. Really fun to ride Piaggio Corporation's forms of two-wheel transportation together. My only challenge now actually is navigating Marcella's driveway, because it's steep as all get out. Maybe you'll see what I mean. I don't know if this view will do it justice, but it's pretty steep downhill here. And you cannot see to the left at all, so you just kind of have to dig into it. Watch the bump. and take off. Okay, we're headed back home to the man cave. What's the differences? Both of these machines made by Piaggio. Both of them pretty nice looking little machines. There's no doubt there's a little feminine quality and charm, I think, to the Vespa. And I think the Tuono has kind of got the masculine side down. It's got that thunder. It lives up to the thunder name. The Vespa, you could commute 15 minutes back and forth and do that all day in different types of weather, and I think that you could be just fine. The Tuono is not a commuting bike. If you buy a Tuono, you're buying a sport bike. You're not buying something for necessity. It's for fun. You do it for fun. You buy a Vespa or similar scooter, possibly for fun if you're at that stage of your life, but it is the ultimate in practicality, perhaps just shy of a city bus in terms of practicality, and it just sips the fuel. So it's quite a dichotomy that Piaggio Corporation has under its auspices, its wings, these two vastly different machines. Both of them really marking a high point for each market segment. The Vespa, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Vespa is the Cadillac, if you will, of the scooter world, and the Tuono may be, let's call it either Ferrari or something similar to the motorcycling world. So they both occupy higher niches in their respective market segments, with the Vespa quite possibly having a little extra layer of practicality. Overall, ambience of the two, distinctly Italian. Grazie Italia, grazie. All right, that's it. That's all. Heading back down to the man cave here. Going to put her up and relax a little after having a very, very fun day all the way. Grazie Marcella. Grazie mi bella Marcella. Bye for now.